Hello. So this is going to be an update video on my 20 long and my 5 gallon. And I also wanted to focus a little bit today on the concept of a living filter. I had used a living filter in my garden pond outdoors previously. And because I've got an open top tank here, I just wanted to test it out and see what kind of plants would work in a tropical filter. So what I did was, here I had some corkscrew rush growing outside and just sort of took the lid off the filter and plopped it in here. Now what has to happen basically is the soil roots die and plants grow white hydroponic roots. So there is a transition period where things die back and you have to pull off some of the dead, like this needs to go. This is dead terrestrial roots, and they're replaced by these hydro water roots. But this has been in here for about, I don't know, maybe 2 months. And I just haven't mentioned it in other videos. It's really having a growth spurt right now. This right here, this really light colored stuff is all new. So I think it's pretty happy. And you can see the water, flows over it. I've also got duckweed in there. I've got water lettuce. And the newest thing here is mint. I had purchased some mint for cooking and had a bunch left over, and I was like, well, what the hell, I used it in my garden pond before, like, why not try it here? And really I did the same thing as there. I really just stuck it in there, and this grew big hydroponic roots very, very quickly. So I would recommend, if you like the way this looks and you don't want to deal with polyester filters and that kind of thing, you can give it a try. I think it looks cool, and it gets its light from the window here and from this overhead light. So it's got, if you've got a space where there's plenty of sunlight and or electrical light, you will probably have success with this. I'm very happy with it. I haven't cleaned the filter since doing either of these, actually, so I don't know if there probably is a bunch of gunk in there. But I don't really mind, because I think that this is very beneficial as far as bacteria and just using a natural system for filtration. So, okay, the other thing was going to be just a general update on my tanks. It's looking okay. I'm continuously disappointed in the gravel that I chose for my dirted tank, because I continuously have particles all over the place. Like that. That's a good example. On my plants, particles constantly. And this is my first dirted tank. And the plants are growing extremely well, but because I chose to use a larger size gravel, I think, the dirt has started coming up from the bottom very easily. And I'm still having algae problems on the driftwood and on the glass and on the plants, which I really don't like. So, yeah. And I just did a water change yesterday. So that's just like it's looking kind of crappy, which sucks. So on the flip side, we've got my 5 gallon, which is crystal clear, no dirt. I had a spell of cyanobacteria a couple weeks ago that I did treat with hydrogen peroxide, but it's still wanting to come back. If you remember, this is the ADA aqua soil. Way in the back there is my Borneo pleco, or Borneo loach. He's moving around a little bit, and there's 4 cherry shrimps in here. There's one right there on your left. So I got a filter for this tank, the same kind, the Aqueon. Actually, I stuck a couple of mint in there this morning that haven't established themselves yet. So lots of filtration has really helped the cyanobacteria issue, and has just really helped the tank in general. It's much, much clearer than it was before. So the inhabitants are 4 cherry shrimp and the Borneo loach at this time. All the snails are gone. I've just been throwing them in the 20 and the loaches eat them right away. So I'm pretty happy with the way this is looking. The crypts are doing great. That is Blixa over there on the left. And then we just have Java fern, Windalev. There is a tiny bit of African fern that doesn't want to grow. It's barely done anything since I got it 9 months ago or so, right there. These are some rocks that used to be in the tank. And then just the same overhead light, same heater. So that's that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.